As we are heading into the new year, one of the things we need to be intentional about is our love life and our relationship. I'll be talking about toxic relationships today because toxic relationships are really rampant nowadays, and sometimes they are easy to spot, sometimes they are not so easy to spot. Physical abuse or verbal abuse is easy to spot as a sign of being in a toxic relationship. But you can be in a toxic relationship without any physical or verbal abuse.
When I come home from work and I see my girlfriend, right? When I just see her, I'm happy. That's love to me. That's enough for me. But at the same time, why do you feel like you need me inside of you 24/7 before you can feel loved?
I don't feel like I need you inside me 24/7, but I'm not wood.
And this makes you seem crazy because you know something isn't right, but you can't pinpoint why it doesn't feel right or why it is toxic. So I will share some of these signs with you today. So I was watching an interview of Diadem where she mentioned that she was being beaten from when she was 6 weeks pregnant to when she put to bed. Like, no lady should ever go through that.
Was there? You're talking about abuse, I'm assuming.
Hey.
But was it physical?
I don't want to show you scars, but it was, yeah.
Yeah. You know when you had to faint, when you had to pretend to faint, like
so that you will stop being beaten.
Yeah, that was the issue.
That's an example, like, you know you're in a toxic relationship because you are being beaten and she had to leave. But sometimes they are not so obvious. And one of the things she noticed when they were dating was that he was being rude and he was shouting at his domestic staff.
Before I got pregnant, I started seeing the signs. The way he would talk to his maybe maids and all of that. So when I go to his house, I'll see the way you shout at people. I saw the signs, but I felt like, oh, maybe, he loves me too much. He won't do that to me. You know, no. He carries me like this. We don't want to shout at
the way people treat others is the way they are going to treat you at the end of the day. In the beginning of the relationship, everything might be smooth, but later on, their true character will show up, and the way they treat other people is going to be how they treat you. So date someone like very first sign that you're in a toxic relationship that is not so common is gaslighting. And gaslighting is a word that is being thrown around. A lot of people say someone is gaslighting, and sometimes they are being used in the way that is not correct. Gaslight, when someone lies to you, that is not gaslighting. When someone denies that they did something, even though you know they did it, that is not gaslighting. Lying and gaslighting are two different things, but people kind of mix it. To identify a gaslighter, there are 3 different stages that will help you to know if someone is gaslighting you. The first stage is the person will lie, the person will deny. You see a text like, oh, you're cheating on me. This is a text between you and someone. The person will deny that, no, she's just my friend. That is bad on its own, but that is not gaslighting. The next stage of gaslighting is the person will switch it up on you and make you feel like you're the issue. The person will tell you, she's just my friend. Why are you so insecure? We are just friends. Why are you feeling this way? That means you are also doing something wrong. That means you are cheating on me, because if you're not cheating on me, why do you think I'll cheat on you? That's the second stage. The person will switch up on you. The person will become the victim, and the person will make you feel like you're the problem. It gets to the point that you start apologizing, like, okay, I'm sorry, maybe I was overthinking it, I'm sorry.
When we started dating, we used to like the same music. He was more fun. Now I don't even know who's sitting next to me, to be honest.
And how do you feel?
I think that's BS.
It's BS.
Look, music. I'm a Burna Boy fan. You used to be, but now
I still like Burna Boy.
Wizkid, like, that doesn't make sense. If you like something, just stick to, you know.
First of all, you've changed. This is a problem with you. Like, if it's not your way, it's the highway.
No, this is the problem with you. You don't keep the same energy. Do you understand?
So it's not a one-time thing. Every time there's an issue, this person does this. This person always plays the victim. So the 3 stages are: the person will deny, the person will switch it on you, and it occurs every time. It is a recurring thing. Like, you already know that this is going to happen if I bring it up. That's already a clear sign that you're in a toxic relationship, and you can never have a proper conversation, and you can never have your way in a relationship like that, because the person is always going to be defensive and it's going to make you feel like you are the issue.
Yeah, I don't have to be with you. I'm not friendly. I'm not that nigga. That's why I'm saying that, guy, you've never been with anybody like me. If I bounce, I'll bounce
The
with you.
second sign is manipulation. The person is manipulating you. The person doesn't respect boundaries. You say, I don't want to do this, but they find a way to manipulate you to make you feel bad. And manipulating goes in hand with gaslighting, because to gaslight you, the person needs to manipulate you, the person doesn't prioritize you in the relationship. And if you try to speak up or complain, the person finds a way to manipulate you to feel like you're the bad
When I
person.
come home from work and I see my girlfriend, right? When I just see her, I'm happy. That's love to me. That's enough for me.
Another sign that you're in a toxic relationship is that the person is emotionally unavailable. You know, there are a lot of guys these days that are emotionally unavailable. Like if they will not give you the love you want, they will not give you the time you need or the attention you need because they are busy. Only care about what they want to do. Whenever they need something, you have to be there to help them achieve what they need or to help them do what they need. But when you need them, they are nowhere to be found. A very clear sign that a lot of us ignore when you're in a toxic relationship is that you have doubts.
Because I knew in my heart 2 weeks to my introduction that I was not going to marry him.
Really?
If you're with someone who is good for you and who loves you, you will know. But when you start second guessing yourself or having doubts, it's a sign that you might be in an unhealthy relationship. You need to trust your intuition because a lot of us have really good intuition and you are able to feel when something isn't right. But most times you ignore it. It's like, okay, I don't have enough proof. But if you just listen to yourself, if we just listen to ourselves, most time we'll be able to sniff and pick up all these signs and we'll be able to walk away and do what's best for us. I was discussing with someone and I told her that she should have a page in her journal where she writes down things. Anytime you feel something is not right, write it down. I told her to keep a record. Okay, these are the good things that the person is doing for me and these are the bad things. So writing it down give you a clear picture, like, okay, let me see. Anytime the person does something good for you that you feel like the person is looking out for you, write it down. Whenever you notice anything that is not right or you feel like this is bad, write it down on the other side and compare. See a clear view of the relationship you are in. And even if the person is doing so many good things, if the good things on the list are more than the bad thing, what is the weight of the bad thing? Is it really something you can overlook? Is it something you can do without, or is something very critical that the good things don't overweigh it? One of the things that actually cause all these issues and not being able to identify all these issues is that a lot of us, especially in Nigeria here, is that we are never actually taught how to date properly. Like, I was watching a video of Lydia Stanley when she was saying she had a lot of issues dating before she got married, and that's because she was never taught how to date properly by her mom. Her mom just wanted her to bring your husband home, but she was never taught like, okay, this is what you should look for, this is what you should look for. But the parents just expect you to know magically, like this is right and this is not right. So I actually plan to make a video on that, on dating properly, how to actually date properly. So if you're interested in that and you're interested in self-improvement videos, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Now, so the next step is usually so overlooked because a lot of ladies romanticize this. They feel like this is right. It's called trauma dumping. And this is when you meet somebody and the person just start telling you all their life story.
I actually went through depression at a stage, and food was my outlet.
Then that is wrong with them, how their dad left them, their mom left them, this happened, that happened, why all the sad stories of their life they start telling you. And a lot of ladies will feel like, oh, we are getting to know each other, he loves me, that's why he's telling me all these things. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes the person is just trying to get a hold of you because once they tell you all this, you start to feel like you are emotionally connected to the person. Whenever the person does something wrong, you make an excuse. Oh, it's because of the trauma he's going through, or it's because this thing, because when he was young, this happened to him, or that's why. Sis, that is just a manipulation technique. I'm not trying to say that people don't go through trauma or trauma doesn't affect the way people behave in future. It does, but it is not your duty to carry that weight. It is not your duty to make excuses for that person. I know it's not always easy. It's easy to say leave, just leave. It is not always easy to leave. Like, it's easy for someone to say, why are you with this person? Leave. But once you build a connection and all that, it's not easy. So I want to share some practical things you can do to help yourself if you're in that situation. And the first thing is that you need to emotionally detach. emotionally detaching, you can still be in a relationship with that person. You don't have to leave completely. But first of all, identify these signs that okay, if you make that list, when you make that list, you say, okay, now I know I'm in a toxic relationship, but I also know that I might not be able to leave. Stop giving your all to that person. Normally, you will try to make it work. You will want to have conversations. You will try to make the person happy. Stop it. Stop calling. Stop texting. Sometimes you even notice that you're the one putting in all the efforts to keep communication going. It's easy to leave a relationship when emotions are gone, when you detach emotionally. So that's the very first step. Find a way to detach emotionally. Next thing is to know yourself. Before you get into any relationship, try and understand yourself. Know what you want, know what you don't like, the things you don't like. Set your boundaries. What are the things I will take in a relationship? What are the things that are no-go areas? What are the things that I cannot take? These are my standards. And if you cannot meet go, try to improve yourself before getting in a relationship. What if you don't have all these things set? You tend to just take anything when you get into a relationship. Just find a way to talk to someone that gets you, not someone that will make you seem crazy, but someone that understands where you're coming from and will help you get over it, because it's not going to be easy. Living a toxic relationship is not always easy, but just try to get enough help that will help you stay grounded and remember the reason why you're leaving the relationship, so you don't end up going back. The next time to know you're in a toxic relationship is the person is going to love bomb you. Love bombing, they'll give you everything you need. You need time, attention, money, anything you need, they'll give it to you in the first few weeks or months of being in a relationship with you. The person will ask you out fast. Okay, I want us to start dating. You are my wife. I can see a future with you. I actually want to get married to you. The person can even propose to you within 2 weeks of dating. Love bombing, I feel, is very dangerous because it comes disguised. Like, you think you found someone that is going to give you everything you need, but the truth is that it's a manipulation technique, and I feel like it's so rampant nowadays, but it's not talked about a lot. Like, if you're interested to know more about that, check out this video where I share my experience with a love bomber. Yes, I've experienced it with a love bomber before. He was my friend, but I can't even imagine being in a relationship with that person. Like, it will have been crazy. I know there are so many signs. I might have missed something. Please mention it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching.